On Nitrosites, it's me, the Nitro General here, and today I wanted to make a late night video for you guys. Well, probably not late night when you guys are watching this, but as of right now, it's 1:34 in the morning, and I'm up watching Game Grumps. So if that's if my voice sounds a little scratchy, sometimes it's probably just because I've been laying here for a couple hours watching YouTube, and I'm tired as fuck. And you know, I got stuff to do this weekend. But I want to start out by saying I hope you guys all had a Merry Christmas. I know I had a pretty good Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't get a video out for you guys. I didn't really get anything that was video worthy of making a video on. But and I really haven't had a ton of time, you know, family Christmases and everything like that. It's been kind of hard for me to try to figure out a video to do. But I wanted, before we get into this video, I do want to say one thing, because 2018 is almost over. As I'm making this video, it's December 28th. You know, it's almost 2019, and it's time for New Year's resolutions. And before we get into the main part of this video, I do want to say that my New Year's resolution is that I'd really like to be able to work more and get enough money to buy myself an Elgato or another recording device like that, and be able to record the games that I'm going to be telling you guys about in this video. You know, it's always been my dream, but I haven't really had enough money to do anything like that. And I never thought that I'd be successful in like that. But another one of my my New Year's resolutions is that I'd like to be more confident in my abilities. So you know, I will be going to college and everything still. But if you guys hear that, it's like storming outside right now, and I have my window cracked because I like it to be a little cold in my room. But anyways, like that. So, anyways, back to the New Year's resolution thing. So yeah, I'd like to be able to work more and be able to get enough money to buy something like that, so I can get these videos out for you. Because, you know, my whole dream still is to be able to make this this channel as well as good as I can. And the content that I'm putting out right now is kind of just placeholding for something that I'd like to do in the future. But I'm really hoping that by this time next year, I will have actual gaming videos out for you guys, and I'm pretty confident with that. No, I don't want to promise anything, but I am pretty confident about that. So, but yeah, let's get into the main chunk of the video. So, as by the title of this video, you can you probably already know that I'm going to be telling you guys my top 5 games that I play as of December 28th, 2018. Now, I'm not going to say my favorite games forever, because 2019 is going to be an amazing year for video games. You know, you got the new Pokemon game coming out. You have Mortal Kombat 11 coming out, which I already pre-ordered, by the way, which comes out on my birthday, which is pretty fucking dope. But yeah, you know, you have all these more games coming out. So there's talk of Borderlands 3, you know, all this stuff, and so I don't really want to get ahead of myself. But as of right now, these are my top 5 favorite games that I play pretty much all the time when I play. So coming at the number 5 spot, coming at number 5 spot is a small game by the name of Warframe. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this game. It's like an MMO. It kind of reminds me a little bit of League of Legends, in the sense that, you know, you start off the game and you pick a character. It's free. It's free on Steam, and you can also get it on the Switch, which is pretty cool, because I'd been playing it for a while on Steam, but you know, it's a lot easier when you have something like this small here to carry around to play something like that. And so basically what it is you pick a character, and I'm not really totally 100% sure on the story. I don't want to start saying stuff and have you and give you false information. I haven't really been paying attention to the story really. I just really enjoy the missions and stuff because the characters look badass, you know. And you get like a primary weapon, which is like a pistol, but you can also get like throwing knives and stuff like that. And then you get a secondary weapon, a melee weapon. Yeah, secondary weapon, which is you start off by getting like a sword or a bow staff or something, and then you have a primary weapon, which is like a shotgun or a machine gun or a bow or something like that. You know, I chose the throwing knives and the bow, and the sword instead of the bow staff. But but yeah. So basically, what you do is you go through all the different planets, and on each one of the planets, you have different missions, and you go through missions where sometimes you can go upwards of like 5 other random people who join, and you all go through, and you have to kill things, and you know, like acquire different hardware for your ship. But the one thing is that there is a lot of stuff to buy in the game. So like the main source of currency is platinum, and you get some by missions, but it doesn't really amount to anything unless you buy it. Now it's only like $10 for 170, which really isn't bad. But yeah, I know a guy who has spent $1,000 on this game. Now I've only spent $10 as of right now on my on the account, because I told myself I wasn't going to spend any money on the game because I didn't want to spend way too much. But then they released a new character that you can buy for like 300 or something platinum, and then it was half off today, so I was like, yes. So I spent $10 and got 170 and purchased it. So but yeah, so you can like acquire different like items to put on your character that buff them. You can get different like card ability things to put on them, different, you know, sigils to put on them. I think that's how you pronounce it. A lot of stuff to buff up your character, and you could also customize your character like entirely. You can buy different like, you know, like heads or torsos and stuff for your characters. You can customize the color fully. The graphics are amazing. You know, it's third person, it's not first person, but so it's a little different than League of Legends in that sense, but I still really enjoy it. Now, I haven't been playing this game for long, but and it is an internet only game, which kind of sucks, but because not all the missions are with other people. But I only started playing this game recently since I saw Markiplier play it, and it's quickly risen to one of my favorite games because every chance I get, I've been playing it. So I mean, I just got done playing it like a few minutes ago before I made this video. So yeah, that's why the number 5 spot in this video is going to be taken by the game called Warframe. But alright, so taking the number 4 spot is a game that I never really played any of them until recently, like in the past couple of years, because, you know, it was never really my cup of tea. I never really enjoyed these type of games, but yeah, so coming in the number 4 spot is Forza Horizon series. Now, I'm not going to say which one, because I played 3 and 4, so, I mean, like I said, I only started playing these a couple years ago, but it's so much fun. If you guys watched my review on Forza Horizon 4, maybe a week after it came out, then, you know, I go into detail about the game and stuff, but basically, you know, there's tons and tons, like, there's got to be 100 different cars, and they're more being released. You know, if you buy the car pass or whatever, you get more cars every couple weeks or every week or so. You get like 2 new cars, and as of right now, there's like 100 or probably more than that, and there's just more being released. And there's cars in Forza Horizon 4, there's cars dating back to like 1940s and 50s, like 4s, and they're really cool. Maybe they're not as like practical for racing and stuff, but if you guys watched my Forza Horizon 4 review, then you know that I really enjoy Forza because, you know, it's not like Forza Horizon, because it's not just a single-handedly racing game. There's a ton of other stuff. I play it because I'm really into cars, and you can, you know, take a car and you can add decals, you can color it whatever you want. You can even go online and see other designs of people who have made it, and you can get all these beautiful cars. You can upgrade it, and then you can just drive it around this, you know, the beautiful countries. Like Forza Horizon 3 is set in Australia, Forza Horizon 4 is set in London, and now they're not or Britain, sorry, not London, but it's really cool. They're not like set like, I don't think, I mean, they're not set like one-to-one with like the country, but the graphics in these games are some of the most beautiful that I've seen on any game ever. Now, it is an Xbox exclusive, which I am an Xbox person myself, so I'm not going to trash on PlayStation because that has its own benefits too. Actually, that might be a good rate room video I might make in the future. But yeah, so it's super fun, you know. And sometimes, you know, you have to do the races to progress in the game, get different areas and stuff. But, you know, there's like barn finds where you can go and you have to drive around in this selected area to find like a barn that has an old classic car in it that you get for free. Now there's online in Forza Horizon 5 or 4. I mean, there we can play multiplayer on this one. There's auctions. I know there was in Forza Horizon 3 too, where you can basically go on online and actual people will auction off cars for in-game currency. So like, and you can like outright buy the cars, but like there's the auctions only last like 30 seconds. So like there'll be like hundreds of them at a time, and you go through and pick a car, and you know, bid on the car, and you can bid on like 5, 6 at a time, and then check on them, and then you can win them. I've won some before, and it's really cool, you know, that it doesn't last like 2 hours for one, because then you never really get it, and there's just more people bidding, and you can just buy the car outright, which I don't understand why you'd want to do anyways, because you could just buy it from the store. But yeah, so that's really cool. So, you know, the main reason why I love these games is not only because you get to pick all these different cars, and be able to do whatever you want to them and customize them however you want, but you can also just drive them around this beautiful landscape. And in Forza Horizon 4, you can drive them in winter, spring, fall, and summer. And, you know, in the winter, you can drive around in the snow, and it leaves tire tracks. In the summer, you can drive through the, you know, the meadows. In the fall, you know, the leaves fall from the trees. And spring, you got like the mud and the rain coming down, and it's just so beautiful. And I have to say that is definitely gonna have to take the number 4 spot with my favorite games, because I was never really into racing games until I decided to get Forza Horizon 3. So that's why the Forza Horizon series takes the number 4 spot. So taking the number 3 spot is another game that I didn't know exist. Well, for a while I didn't know existed. I didn't know until it was like $20. Like the Ultimate Edition was $20, or the Legendary Edition, I'd say. So like I went to GameStop one day and was like, oh, this looks pretty cool, and I bought it, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then they released the second one, which is even better. So taking the number 3 spot is Injustice 2. Now, I'm just going to say the whole Injustice series, but mainly Injustice 2. But like I said, like I bought Injustice 1, the Legendary Edition, like a long time. Like it hadn't been a long time, because it was the full game with like all the DLC for free, and it was only like $20 at that point. But, you know, I saw it, I'm like, oh, I love DC, so I bought it, and then I played it, I was like, this is really cool. And then if you guys don't know, it's created by NetherRealm, which is the same company who makes Mortal Kombat. So, like, in that game, you have Scorpion from Mortal Kombat in that game, too. Now, they don't cross over in the game, you know. Scorpion's not in the story mode. He was added as a DLC character, just as kind of like a promotion for the Mortal Kombat series. They're all like, hey, you like this game? Try Mortal Kombat 2. But, like, in Mortal Kombat 2, which was the first game that I ever pre-ordered, was Mortal Kombat 2, because when I heard not Mortal Kombat, Injustice 2. When I heard that it was coming out, I was so excited. and it had like double the characters as the first one, and it had all these DLCs for awesome. It came with it had Raiden and Sub-Zero from the Mortal Kombat series, which is really, really cool to see in there. But it also added in one of the coolest things that I ever thought was customization aspect. So the more you play through a game, you get more gear for the heroes, so you can customize the heroes. And that was something that allowed, after the game was done, after like the main story mode, you didn't just kind of be like, oh well, there's nothing else to do but just fight, because there is more. You have the multiverse, which you can go through and do different events to unlock different items for the characters. You had all these DLC characters, all these fighters who you never thought you would see in this game. Just like in the Mortal Kombat series, how you had, like in Mortal Kombat 11 or 10, you had Alien and Predator. You had Jason Voorhees and Leatherface. You had all these cool characters that, aren't from the Mortal Kombat universe, but are really, really cool to have in a fighting game. Like in Injustice 2, you had Hellboy, which was awesome. You had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was kind of weird, but cool at the same time. And I think that was the only two that they released that weren't from the DC universe. But I know the DC universe has had crossovers with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I think kind of with Hellboy, but I'm not totally sure with that, so don't quote me on that. But so you have all these characters, that they released, and then they had like DLCs, like they had Enchantress, and they had Raiden and Sub-Zero, like I said. They had Red Hood, Doomsday. They had all these characters, and all these characters have like a unique fighting style, and you can fight online or everything with them, and it's just so much fun to play. And after I beat the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which I just got today in the mail, I'm gonna go back to that game and play it some more because of how much fun it is. And it's been out for years now, a couple years now, and I have not got bored of it yet because it's so much fun. And I'm really hoping that they make a 3. So that's why Injustice 2, or the Injustice series, takes the number 3 spot. Taking the number 2 spot is a game that, again, I bought the first one a long time after it came out, but I bought the first one like 5 years ago, and I thought it was awesome. And then, they released the second one, and then a pre-sequel. If you guys know where I'm going with this, it's Borderlands. Borderlands takes the number 2 spot. I love Borderlands. Just the art design is so cool. Having all these tons of different guns you can pick, and different mods you can get, and just the hilarity of it. They make all these jokes, and they have all these things, raunchy things that most games don't have. And my cousin and I have beaten all 3 of these games, and it's so much fun. Now, it's not as fun to play by yourself, which it probably would be, but I have never really beaten one of these games by myself because it's so much fun to play with a second person. These games have an amazing replayability. After you beat the game, you have hundreds of side missions, and then after you do that, you have DLCs that you can get for the game. Now, obviously, in my opinion, the best one was Borderlands 2. It had the best story, it had everything like that. And then Borderlands 1, and then I didn't really care for the pre-sequel as much, but it was still fun. But all these different creatures that you never thought, and all these hilarious things that just don't make the game any better. If anything, they make the game, or any worse, I mean, if anything, they make the game better. And they have such a replayability. After you beat the game, you can try the same playthrough again, but in a harder mode. Like, there's like 3 or 4 different modes you can play the game in difficulties. After you beat the game, you play it again in a harder mode. And the thing is that once you play the game, you're like, I don't think this could get any harder, because only Borderlands will make certain boss fights super hard. You're playing with 2 players, and you both die, and the boss regains all of his health. You can have him down to this much, and he just gains all of his health. I can't tell you how many times my cousin and I have just been like, you know what, screw it. We're going to go do some side missions, come back, or play a different game and come back, because we're not killing them all over again. But yeah, it's so much fun. The whole level system, being able to level up, and the different creatures get a higher level. You can play online, and You know, I don't really know what else to say about this game except it is an amazing series of games, and they say they're releasing a third one. They keep hinting at it. They keep having videos of people making like leaks and stuff like that. So I don't really know, but I can tell you one thing: the second that they release that it's in creation, I am pre-ordering that game. I don't care how much it is. I am pre-ordering that game because the Borderlands series is one of the best series, in my opinion, that has ever been created. But, so that's why the Borderlands series takes the number 2 spot. Now, Borderlands would have taken the number 1 spot, but there is one game I have been playing for my entire life since I was a little boy up until today, last night, I have been playing this series of games, and you guys probably already know what it is. My number 1 favorite game series in this entire world is Pokemon. Now, I've been playing Pokemon since Red and Blue on the Game Boy in like probably 2000, 2001 is when I started. So I think it was probably with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now, I don't really remember these games that much because at that point I was only like 3 or 4 years old, so I don't really remember it. The first game I actually remember the story of is Platinum, and that's kind of on the DS, and that's kind of self-foggy. But I played all the games before, most of the games before that, and then, you know, I really remember Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then Black and White, and all the way up through the rest of them. I played these Pokemon. I don't know. Pokemon has the best replayability, in my opinion, of any game because of the fact that you can go through the game with any Pokemon. You know, as of right now, there's over 1,000 different Pokemon now. You know, all these. There was always something about these little creatures that you could collect and battle with and battle your way to the top, and you can collect them all. And they had these ones that they weren't any better, but they were shiny, you know, they were different colored, and you could spend all this time hunting for it, and you get it, and it's just a different color. And so, you know, your friends, you can show off to your friends, be like, I spent all this time and I got this shiny Pokemon, you know. And you know, Pokemon has been there for me since I was little, you know. I will never stop playing the Pokemon games. In my opinion, they just keep getting better and better. I don't have a Pokemon game that I dislike in any way. My favorite Pokemon game is Heart Gold and Soul Silver, just because of the whole fact that you have 2 regions that you can go through. Like, how cool is that? You beat Johto. I think it's Johto. I'm terrible with the region names. I think it's Johto, and then you go back to Kanto right after the whole game, and then you can come back and battle the Elite Four, and they're higher leveled, and it's just so cool. And I mean, the whole story is kind of follows-ish the same as Red and Blue and Fire Red and Leaf Green. So yeah. As of right now, I'm actually trying to collect all the Pokemon games. As of right now, I have all the Game Boy ones. I have almost all 3DS ones. All I need is Pokemon Y. I had Pokemon Y, but I lost it. But I have all the rest. I have the 2 for the Switch. And then I'm missing a few. I have one from every series though. So I have one from every series of the regular DS ones, and I'm trying to collect all the rest. But they sell for like even more than a used copy of a 3DS one because they're older, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, but it is what it is. But so I have like all these games, and you know, after I play through, you know, after I get sick of Pokemon Let's Go, which I'm kind of getting sick of the whole shiny hunting thing, like you shut off the game and you break your chain. Like, I don't want to sit there. If there's another game I want to play, I just break my chain. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go back. Like right now, I'm playing through Pokemon Crystal on my DS, and just how breathtaking that game is for that time was, you know, just I don't know, guys. Pokemon has just always been there for me, and I don't think that there'll be any game that will surpass Pokemon for me. Borderlands is up there, but unless Pokemon decide to do, I don't even know. I don't even know what I can say that they would do that would make me not want to play their games. But I guess maybe like having to spend actual money to buy Pokemon. Oh, why are you not? Okay, there you go. Would be the only thing. But yeah. So that's why Pokemon takes #1 spot on my favorite games. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. So again, number 5 was Warframe. Number 4 was Forza. Number 3 was the Injustice series. Number 2 was Borderlands, and number 1 was Pokemon. I thought I'd just share these games for you. Share these games with you because if you guys have never played any of these games, I highly suggest all 5 of these. You know, there are some other games, you know, that were really, really close to making it in my top 5. You know, if I had to make a top 10, definitely Spyro would be up there. Mortal Kombat, probably Mega Man. I probably have to say Minecraft. But I probably have to think about it. But if you guys want a top 10 video, make sure to leave a like down there. Leave a comment. I don't want to make this video way too long, so that's why I only did the top 5. But these are my top 5 favorite games, guys. I was really excited to make this video. That's why I decided to make it at 1:30 in the morning, and now it is 2 o'clock in the morning. So I just wanted to get this video out. I'm not sure if I'm going to make another video before New Year's Eve. So that's why I just kind of wanted to make this video to say Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great New Year if I don't see you before that. If you like commentary, make sure to leave a like down below. Leave a comment of anything I do in this channel. I do, as much as I can, I do game reviews. I do Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu game or videos. I do rant rooms. I just do stupid videos like this, you know, ones that pop in the top of my head, stuff like that. But oh, I did get this for Christmas, which is the Pro Controller. So I might do a review on the Pro Controller, but yeah. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you whenever I talk to you next. Nitrosites, Nitro General out. Peace.